"How are things at school?" Anya asked her 17-year-old daughter anxiously, pouring hot soup for her. "Have you gotten used to your classmates and teachers? You don't have any problems with them?" "Everything is fine," Emily evasively mumbled, looking irritably at her mother. "Everything is fine at my school. I made friends with the guys, with the teachers, found a common language. Do not worry about it so much." Anna looked at her daughter in disbelief, sensing something wrong. Emily averted her eyes and blinked confusedly, answering her mother's question, which did not hide from the attentive, perceptive Anna. 3 weeks ago, Anna moved to the capital with her husband, a successful entrepreneur and daughter, who before the move studied at an elite private school. In the new place, the girl had to enroll in an ordinary school, which was very close to home. This decision was made by the head of the family, guided by the fact that he often had to leave the city and the country, going on business trips, and Victor did not want to complicate the life of the graduate. He came to the conclusion that it would be better for the girl if she finished the 11th grade in a regular school, which is located on the next street, than to spend several hours every day on the road in public transport. Moving to another city and getting settled in a new apartment was difficult for Anna and Emily. They gradually got used to new faces, slowly adapted to the changed environment. Most of all, Anna was worried about her daughter, who had to pass serious exams and enter the university. Emily had been a quiet, modest, a little withdrawn girl since childhood, who painfully perceived any changes in the family, so the woman was afraid that after the move she would have problems with her studies. Anna immediately noticed that her daughter's appetite had deteriorated. She became less talkative and spent most of her time locked in her room. The woman regularly inquired about the girl's life, but she realized that it was not enough and that the 17-year-old would not openly talk about what was going on in his life and soul. "Daughter, if you need my help, know that I will always be there for you when you need it. If something is bothering you, just say the word. We'll find a way out of any situation together." "I'm not worried about anything," Emily said stubbornly. "Thank you for lunch, but I'm not very hungry. If you don't mind, I'll go to my room and study English. Tomorrow I have to take difficult tests." Emily jumped out of the kitchen before she had eaten. Anna waved her hand in confusion and let her daughter get up from the table. The woman then sat in her seat for a long time, thinking about how she could help her daughter, how to find out what is really happening in her life. Suddenly, a crazy but exciting idea popped into Anna's head. A few days ago, her young neighbor, who works in the canteen of the same school, told her that a young cleaning lady had unexpectedly quit her job. Now the principal is looking for her replacement. Anna decided to take a job as a janitor at the school to be closer to her daughter and to keep an unobtrusive eye on her. She immediately dialed the number of the educational institution and told the receptionist that she wanted to work there as a cleaner. The woman was hired, and soon she began her main duties. Under the pretext of cleaning, Anna often went up to the 3rd floor, where the 11th graders' classrooms were located. She watched her daughter closely during the short breaks. Emily understood the work of her mother, who had to deceive her daughter by telling her that she had taken a job as a cleaner because she was bored at home and wanted some variety in her life. One day during recess, when the 11th graders went out into the corridor to get some air and rest, Emily was shoved by a passing elementary school student, causing the books in the girl's hands to fall to the floor. Anna ran over to her confused daughter and collected all the books, then gave them to Emily, saying, "Daughter, be careful, please. In this school there are a lot of hyperactive guys who will not even notice how to run you over. Are you all done with your lessons? Do you have crafts class today?" "No, Mom. The teacher's sick, so they canceled it. One more class and I'll go home." "Okay, sweetie. You go home. Don't wait up for me. Lunch is in the fridge. Warm the cutlets up good in the microwave. Don't eat them cold. I'll be back a little later." The high school students standing near the mother and daughter overheard their conversation and learned that the cleaning lady was Emily's mother. Suddenly a friendly, ringing laughter sounded in the corridor. One of the guys said in a snide, ironic tone, "It turns out that Emily is the janitor's daughter. Can you imagine, guys? I would not want to live after such a disgrace. Cleaning lady's daughter. That's why she does not communicate with anyone. She knows her place. Loser." Emily was never ashamed of her parents and thought they were the best in the world. When she heard the news from her mother that she was going to work in her school, the girl was not upset in the least. She decided to support her mother, who wanted to change something in her life. Wise father from childhood taught Emily that people should be evaluated not by their status and purse, but by human qualities. Parents did not buy for their daughter expensive branded things, although they could afford it. Emily always left her new smartphone at home, not wanting to stand out. She wanted to be recognized at school for her peculiarities, strengths, and personal qualities, not the firms that would own her things. The girl tried to stand up for her mother, but did not have time to do so, as one of the classmates standing nearby suddenly said in a threatening, unappealing tone, "Varnan, maybe you'll calm down. Finally, are your parents presidents? Don't you dare mock Emily and her mother, otherwise you will have to deal with me. I'll tell you and visually show you what a failure is." Soon the bell rang for the lesson, and the senior students had to return to the classroom, forgetting for a while about the unpleasant incident in the corridor. During the whole lesson, Emily could not take her eyes off her classmate, who stood up for her in front of everyone. She looked at him with delight and gratitude, happy that the class was her advocate and like-minded. After class, Michael volunteered to walk the girl he had stood up for home. Emily willingly agreed, feeling comfortable in the company of this quiet, silent, but very observant and intelligent guy. All the way Michael told Emily unusual stories that happened in their school, and also described the girl's teachers, while not talking about anyone inappropriately. Emily and Michael quickly became friends and soon became inseparable. Anna was sincerely happy that her daughter found a soul mate in the new school and no longer felt lonely. She liked this unusually polite, kind-hearted, well-mannered boy, a good influence on Emily. Michael often spent weekends with Emily and her mother. The guys together were preparing for exams and improving their command of English. While they were studying hard, Anna was busy preparing a delicious, hearty lunch for the teenagers. At school, Emily and Michael's unexpected friendship was treated with wicked irony. Classmates in every way mocked them and called them a couple of losers. "Look, Mr. and Mrs. Losers are coming. Run away, or they'll infect you with their worthlessness," said the principal's son, eyeing Emily and Michael contemptuously. "Losers have found each other," said the daughter of the head of the educational department in an insolent, caustic tone. Emily and Michael did not give in to the provocations of their classmates. Their appearance showed that they are indifferent to what they say about them. Their nonchalant, staunch indifference to the constant ridicule and attempts to humiliate them caused their classmates even more interest and stubborn desire to hurt, something to hook them. Soon the school year came to an end, and it was the exciting, unforgettable time of the graduation party, which all graduates were waiting for with special trepidation and burning impatience. Emily decided to come to the prom with her mother. She spent a few hours with her in the shopping center, diligently selecting a dress and shoes in one of the most fashionable boutiques in the city. After shopping, mother and daughter went to a beauty salon, where they took care of the beauty of their hair, nails, and skin. Both showed up to the prom dressed in gorgeous designer dresses, with mind-blowing hairstyles and delicate, unobtrusive makeup that emphasized their natural beauty. The whole school was amazed and blown away. Stunned classmates could not take their eyes off the mother and daughter, who managed to outshine all the other members of the fair sex. Michael was speechless when he saw Emily in a gorgeous crimson dress. He did not dare to approach her for a long time, afraid that Emily would not want to share the best moments of her life with him. But the girl enthusiastically, approvingly smiled at her friend, letting him know that she expects him to make the first steps. Michael and Emily talked, danced, held hands, and looked at each other with eyes full of light joy and awe. "I want this evening to last forever," Michael said in a trembling voice, when they stepped outside for a few minutes to get some fresh air and admire the serene, starry sky. "You're so beautiful. No one can compare to you. Soon each of us will go our own way. You'll go to university in this city, and I'll have to leave. Will we never see each other again? Will our friendship end? I'm scared and hurt to even think about it. What will happen to us?" "Don't say that," Emily exclaimed, and hastily put her forefinger to the boy's lips. Our friendship will never die. Let us live in different parts of the country, but in our souls we will always be one with you. Time and distance are no obstacle for those who truly love each other. That serene, starry night will always remain in the memory of Emily and Michael, who, after graduating from high schools in different cities, were able to reunite and become a beautiful, happy couple. Emily will also never forget the eyes that her classmates looked at her and her mother when her father, who had returned from a business trip, came to pick them up at the end of the event. He drove up to the school in an expensive car with his personal driver. Teachers and parents immediately recognized the prominent businessman, actively engaged in social activities, helping poor families and orphans. Classmates who had recently laughed at Emily's mother looked at the cleaning lady, who turned out to be a millionaire's wife, with their mouths open in surprise. "Anna, are you Victor's wife?" The head of the educational department asked Emily's mother in shock. "Why did you keep silent until now? Why did you work as a janitor at school and endured abuse being the wife of a millionaire?" "The rich have their own quirks," Anna answered confusedly and, taking her daughter by the hand, got into her husband's car and drove away. The whole school saw off the young family with a look full of genuine envy and angry annoyance. That evening, many of the children present at the celebration learned an important lesson. You cannot judge a person without getting to know him well. Appearances are often deceptive, and only a sensitive, kind, and attentive heart will never let you down and will show you the right way.